Hey guys, so we are starting a new reading series. So आज की बुक है हमारी द सीक्रेट बुक. So let's get started reading. A year ago, my life had collapsed around me. I did work myself into exhaustion. My father died suddenly, and my relationship with my worker, colleague, and loved ones were in turmoil. Little did I know at the time, out of my greatest despair was to come the greatest gift. I did been given a glimpse of great secret, the secret to life. The glimpse came in a 100-year-old book, given to me by my daughter Hailey. I began tracing the secret back through history. I could not believe all the people who knew this. They were the greatest people in history: Pluto, Shakespeare, Newton, Edison, Einstein, and etc. Incredulous, I asked, why doesn't everyone know this? A burning desire to share the secret with the world consumed me, and I began searching for people alive today who knew the secret. One by one, they began to emerge. I became a magnet as I began to search. One great living master after another was drawn to me. When I discovered one teacher, that one would like to the next in perfect chain. If I was the wrong track, something else would catch my attention. And through the diversion, the next great teacher would appear. If I accidentally pressed the wrong link on the internet search, I would be led to a vital piece of information. In a few short weeks, I had traced the secret back through the century, and I had discovered the modern day practitioner of the secret. The vision of taking the secret to the world in a film had become fixed in my mind, and over the following 2 months, my film and television production team learned the secret. It was imperative that every team member knew it, because without its knowledge, what we were about to attempt would be impossible. We did not have a single teacher secured to film, but we knew the secret, and so we uttered faith flew from Australia to the United States, where the majority of the teachers were based. 7 weeks later, the secret team had filmed 55 of the greatest teachers across the United States. With over 120 hours of film, with every step, with every breath, we use the secret to create the secret. We literally managed everything and everyone to us. 8 months later, the secret was released. As the film swept the world, stories of miracle began to flood in. People wrote about healing from chronic pain, depression, and disease, walking from the first time after an accident, even recovering from deathbed. We have received thousands of accounts of the secret began used to bring about large sum of money and unexpected check in the mail. People have used the secret to manifest their perfect house, life partner, cars, job, and promotion, with many account of businesses began transformed within days of applying the secret. There have been heartwarming stories of stress relationship involving children began restored to harmony. Some of the most magnificent stories we have received have some from children using the secret to attract what they want, including high grade and friends. The secret has inspired doctors to share the knowledge with their patients, universities and schools with, with their students, health club with their clients, church of all donations, and spiritual centers with their congregation. There are secret parties being held in homes around the world, as people share the knowledge with loved ones and families. The secret has been used to attract all manner of things from a specific feather to the $1 million. All of this has taken place in the few months since the release of the film. My intention is creating the secret was and still is that it will bring joy to billions around the world. The secret team is experiencing the realization of the intention every day as we receive thousands upon thousands of letters from people across the world of all ages, all races, and all nationalities expressing gratitude for the joy of the secret. There isn't single thing that you cannot do with this knowledge. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. The secret can give you whatever you want. 24 amazing teachers are featured in this book. Their words were filmed all over the United States, all at different times. Yet they speak as one voice. This book contains the secret teacher words and it also contains miracle story of the secret in action. I have shared all the easy path, tip and shortcut that I have learned so that you can live the life of your dream. You will notice throughout the book that in certain place I have capitalized the word you. The reason I did this is because I want you, the reader, to feel and know that I create this book for you. I am speaking to you personally when I say you. My intention is for you to feel a personal connection with this page because the secret has been created for you. As you travel through its page and you learn the secret, you will come to know how you can have, be, or do anything you want. You will come to know who you really are. You will come to know the true magnificence that await you. The Secret Reveal, Bob Proctor. The secret give you anything you want happens, health and wealth. Dr. Joy Vitale. You can have, do, be anything you want. John Asraf. We can have whatever it is that we choose. I don't care how big it is. What kind of a house do you want to live in? Do you want to be a millionaire? What kind of business do you want to have? Do you want more success? What do you really want? Dr. John DeMartian. This is a great secret of life. Dr. Dennis Waitley. The leaders in the past who had the secret wanted to keep the power and not share the power. They kept people ignorant of the secret. People went to work, they did their job. They came home, they were on the treadmill with no power because the secret was kept in the few. Throughout history, there have been many who coveted the knowledge of the secret, and there have been many who found a way of spreading this knowledge to the world. Michelle Brainward Backwell. I will see many miracles take place in people's lives. Financial miracle, miracle of physical health, mental healing, healing of relationship. Jack Canfield. Although of this happened because of knowledge how to apply the secret. What is the secret? Bob Proctor. You have probably been sitting there wondering what is the secret. I will tell you how I will came to understand it. We all work with one infinity power. We all guide ourselves by exactly the same law. The natural law of the universe are so precious that we don't even have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon and we can time the leading with the precision of a francing of a second. Whatever you are, India, Australia, New Zealand, Stockholm, London, or New York, we were all working with one power, one law, its attraction. The secret is the law of attraction. Everything that's coming into the your life are attracting into your life, and it's attracted to you by virtue of the images you are holding in your mind. It's what you are thinking, whatever is going on your mind, and you are attracting to you. Every thought of yours is a real thing of force. The greatest teacher who have ever lived have told us that the law of attraction is the most powerful law in the universe. Poets such as William Shakespeare, Robert Browning, and William Blake delivered in their poetry. Musicians such as Ludwig van Beethoven expressed it through their music. Artists such as Leonardo da Vinci depict it in their painting. Their name have been immortalized and their legendary existence have survived centuries. Religions such as Hindus, Haramic traditions, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam, and civilization such as the ancient Babylonians and Egyptians deliver it through their writing and story, recorded throughout the ages in all its form. The law can be found in ancient writing through all the centuries. It was recorded in stone in 3000 BC. Even though some coveted this knowledge, and indeed they did it have always been there for anyone to discover. The law began at the beginning of time. It has always been and will always be. It is law that determine the completed order in the universe. Every moment of your life and every single thing you experience in your life, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are. The law of attraction is forming your entire life experience, and this all powerful law is doing that through your thought. You are the one who call the law of attraction into action, and you do it through your thought. In 1912, Charles Hannell described the law of attraction as the greatest and the most infallible law upon which the entire system of creation depends. Bob Proctor. Wise people have always known this. You can go right back to the ancient Babylonians. They will always know this. It's a small select group of people. The ancient the ancient Babylonians and their great prosperity have been well documented by scholars. They are also known for creating one of the seven wonders of the world and hanging gardens of Babylon. Through their understanding and application of the law of the universe, they become one of the wealthiest race in history. Bob Proctor. Why do we think that I% of population earn around 96% of all the money that's begun on? Do you think that's an ancient? It's designed that way. They understand something, they understand the secret, and now you are begin introduce the secret. People who have drawn wealth into their lives use the secret, whether consciously and unconsciously. They think thoughts of abundance and wealth, and they do not allow any contradictory thought to take root in their mind. Their, their predominant thought are of wealth. They only know wealth, and nothing else exists in their mind. Whether they are aware of it or not, their predominant thoughts of wealth are what brought wealth to them. It is the law of attraction in action. A perfect example to demonstrate the secret and the law of attraction in action in this. You may know of people who acquired massive wealth, lost it all, and within a short time acquired massive wealth again. What happened in this case, whether they knew it or not, is that their dominant thought were on wealth. That is, they have acquired it in the first instance. Then they allowed fearful thought of losing the wealth to enter their mind. Until those fearful thoughts of loss become their dominant thought, they tip the scale from thinking thought of the wealth to thinking thought of loss, and so they lost it all. Once they had lost it, however, the fear of the loss disappeared, and they tipped the scale back with dominant thought of wealth, and wealth returned. The law responds to your thought no matter what they may be, like attraction, like John Asraf. This simple way for me look at the law of attraction is if I think of myself as a magnet, and I know that a magnet will attract to it. You are the most powerful magnet in the universe. You contain a magnetic power within you that is more powerful than anything in this world. And this unfathomable magnetic power is emitted through your thought. Bob Doyle. Basically, put the law of attraction says that like attracts like. But wherever really talking at a level of thought, the law of attraction say like attracts like, and so as you think a thought, you are also attracting like thoughts to you. Here are more examples you may have experienced of the law of attraction in your life. Have you ever started to think about something you were not happy about? And the more you thought about it, the worse it seemed. That's because as you think one sustained thought, the law of attraction immediately brings more like thought to you. In a matter of minute, you have gotten so many like unhappy thoughts coming to you that the situation seems to be getting worse. The more you think about it, the more upset you get. You may have experienced attracting like thought when you listened to a song and found that you couldn't get that song out of your head. The song just kept playing over the over in your mind. When you listen to that song, even thought you may not have realized it. You have you gave your full attention and focus of thought to it. As you did that, you were powerfully attracting more like thought of the song, and so the law of attraction moved into action and delivered more thought of the song over the over again. John Asraf. Our job as human is to hold on the thought of what we want, make it absolutely clear in our mind what we want. And from that we start to invoke one of the greatest law in the universe, and that's the law of attraction. You become what you think about most, but you also attract what you think about most. Your life right now is reflection of your past thought that include all the great things and all the things you consider not so great. Since you attract to you what you think about most, it is easy to see what your dominant thought have been on every subject of your life, because that is what you have experienced until now. Now you are learning the secret, and with the knowledge you can change everything. Brock Proctor. If you see it in your mind, you are going to hold it in your hand. If you can think about what you want in your mind and make that your dominant thought, you will bring it into your life. Mike Dooley. And that principle can be summed up in three simple words: thoughts become things. Thought of most powerful law, your thought become the thing in your life. Your thought become things. Say this over to yourself and let it seep into your consciously and your awareness. Your thought become things. John Asraf. What most people don't understand is that a thought has a frequency. We can measure a thought, and so if you are thinking that thought over and over and over again, if you are imagining in your mind having that brand new car, having the money that you need, building the company, finding your soulmate, if you are imagining what that look like, you are emitting that frequency on a consistent basis. Dr. Joy Vitale. Thoughts are sending out that magnetic signal that is drawn the parallel back to you. The predominant thought or the mental attitude is the magnet, and the law is that like attract like. Consciently, the mental attitude will invariably attract such condition as correspond to its nature. Thoughts are magnetic and thoughts have a frequency. As you think, those thoughts are sent out into the universe and they magnetically attract all like things that are on the same frequency. Everything sent, everything sent out return to the source, and that source is you. Think of it this way: we understand that television station transmission tower broadcast via frequency. Think of this way: we understand that a television station transmission tower broadcast via a frequency which is transformed into picture on your television. Most of us don't really understand how it works, but we know that each channel has a frequency, and when we tune into that frequency, we see the picture on our television. We choose the frequency by selecting the channel, and we then receive the picture broadcast on that channel. If we want to see different picture on our television, we change the channel and turn into new frequency. You are a human transmission tower, and you are most powerful than any television tower created on earth. You are the most powerful transmission tower in the universe. Your transmission create your life and it create the world. The frequency you transmitted reaches beyond cities, beyond countries, beyond the world. It revibrates thought the entire universe, and you are transmitting that frequency with your thought. The picture you receive from the transmission of your thoughts are not on a television screen in your living room. They are picture of your life. Your thought create the frequency, they attract like thing on that frequency, and then they are broadcast back to you as your life picture. If you want to change anything in your life, change the channel and change the frequency by changing your thought. The vibration of mental force are the finest and consequently the most powerful in existence. Charles Hannell. Bob Proctor sir says, see yourself living in abundance and you will attract it. It works every time with every person. As you think of yourself living in abundance, you are powerfully and consciously determining your life through the law of attraction. It's that easy? But then the most obsessive question becomes, why isn't everybody living the life of their dreams? John Ashraf sir says, here is the problem, most people are thinking about what they don't want and they're wondering why it show up over and over again. The only reason why people do not have what they want is because they are thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. Listen to your thought and listen to what you are saying. The law is absolute and there are no mistakes. The epidemic was than any plague that humankind has ever seen has been raging for centuries. It is the don't want epidemic. People keep this epidemic live when they predominantly think, speak, act and focus on what they don't want. But this is the generation that will change history because we receiving the knowledge that can free of the epidemic. It begins with you and you can become a pioneer of this new thought movement by simply thinking and speaking about what you want. Bob Doyle sir says the law of attraction doesn't care whether you are precious something to be good or bad, or whether you don't want it or whether you do want it. It's responding to your thoughts. So, if you are looking at a mountain of depth, feeling terrible about it, that's the signal you are putting out into the universe. I feel really bad because of all this depth I got. You are just affirming it to yourself. You feel it on every level of your being. That's what you are going to get more of. The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is impersonal and it does not see good things or bad things. It is receiving your thoughts and reflecting back to you those thoughts as your life experience. The law of attraction simply gives you whatever it is you are thinking about. Lisa Nichols says the law of attraction is really obedient when you think of the things that you want and you focus on them with all of your intention. Then the law of attraction will give you exactly what you want. Every time when you focus on the things that you don't want, I don't want to be late, I don't want to be late, the law of attraction doesn't hear that you don't want it. It manifests the thing that you are thinking of and so it's going to show up over and over and over again. The law of attraction is not biased to want or don't want. When you focus on something, no matter what it happens to be, you really are calling that into existence. When you focus your thought on something you want and you hold that focus, you are in that moment summing what you want with the mightiest power in the universe. The law of attraction doesn't compute don't or not or no. or any other word of negative. As you speak words of negative, this is what the law of attraction is receiving. I don't want to spill something on this outfit. I want to spill something on this outfit and I want to spill more things. I don't want a bad haircut. I want bad haircuts. I don't want be delay. I want delay. I don't want that person to be rude to me. I want that person and more people to be rude to me. And I don't want the restaurant to give away our table. I want restaurant to give away our table. I don't want these shoes to hurt. I want shoes to hurt. I can't handle all this work. I want more work than I can handle. I don't want to catch the flu. I want the flu and I want to catch more things. I don't want to argue. I want more arguing. Don't speak to me like that. I want you to speak to me like that, and I want other people to speak to me like that. The law of attraction is giving you what you are thinking about, period. Quantum physicists tell us that the entire universe emerges from thought. You create your life through your thought, and the law of attraction and every single person does the same. It doesn't just work if you know about it. It has always been working in your life and every other person life thought history. When you become aware of this great law, then you become aware of how incredibly powerful you are to be able to think your life into existence. Lisa Nichols says it working as much as you are thinking, anytime your thoughts are flowing. The law of attraction is working when you are thinking about the past, the law of attraction working when you are thinking about the present or the future. The law of attraction is working, it's an annoying process. You don't press pause, you don't press stop. It is forever in action as your thought are. Whether we realize it or not, we are thinking most of the time if you are speaking or listening to someone. You are thinking if you are reading the newspaper and watching television, you are thinking when you recall memories from your past. You are thinking when you are considering something in your future, you are thinking. When you are driving, you are thinking. When you are getting ready in the morning, you are thinking. For many of us, the only time we are not thinking is when we are asleep. However, the force of attraction are still operating on our last thought as we fall asleep. Make your last thought before going to sleep good thought. There are in the creation process something is going to manifest out those thoughts. What you are thinking now is creating your future life. You create your life with your thought. Because you are always thinking, you are always creating. What you thinking about the most or focus on the most is what appear as your life. Like all the laws of nature, there is utter perfection in this law. You are create your life, whatever you saw, your reap, your thought are seeds, and the harvest you reap will depend on the seeds you plant. If you are complaining, the law of attraction will powerfully bring into your life more situation for you are complaining about. If you are listening to someone else complain and focusing on that sympathizing with them, agreeing with them. In that moment, you are attracting more situations to yourself to complain about. The law of simply reflecting the giving back to you exactly what you are focusing on with your thought. With the powerful knowledge you get, completely change every circumstance and event in your entire life by changing the way you think. Bill Harris sir says, I had a student named Robert who was taking an online course I have, part of which entailed email access to me. Robert was gay. He outlined all the grim reality of his life in his emails to me. In his job, his co-worker ganged up on him. It was constantly stressful because of how nasty they were with him. When he walked down the street, he was accosted by homophobic people who want to abuse him in same way. He want to be become stand-up comedy, and when he did a stand-up comedy job, everybody heckled him about being gay. His whole life was one of unhappiness and misery, and it all focused around being attacked because he was gay. I began to teach him that he was focusing on what he did not want. I directly him back to his email that he sent me and said, read it again. Look at all things you do not want that you are telling me about. I can tell you are very passionate about this, and when you focus on something with a lot of passion, it make it happy even faster. Then he started talking this thing about focusing on what you want to hurt, and he began really trying it. What happened within the next 6 to 8 weeks was an absolute miracle. All the people in his office who had been harassing him either transferred to another department, quit working at the company, or started completely leaving him alone. He began to love his job. When he walked down the street, nobody harassed him anymore. They just wasn't there. When he did his stand-up comedy routine, he started getting standing ovation and nobody was heckling him. His whole life changed because the change from focusing on what he did not want, what he was afraid of, what he wanted to avoid, to focusing on what he did want. Robert's life changed because he changed his thought. He emitted a different frequency out into universe. The universe must deliver the picture of the new frequency no matter how impossible the situation might seem. Robert's new thoughts because his new frequency and the picture of his entire life changed. Your life is in your hands no matter where you are now, no matter what has happened in your life. You can begin to consciously choose your thoughts and you can change your life. There is no such thing as hopeless situation. Every single circumstance of your life can change. The power of your mind. Michelle Bernard Backwitzer says you attract to you the predominant thought that you are holding in your awareness, whether those thoughts are conscious or unconscious, that's the rub. Whether you have been aware of your thought in the past or not, now you are becoming aware. Right now, with the knowledge of the secret, you are waking up from a deep sleep and becoming aware. Aware of the knowledge, aware of the law, aware of the power you have thought your thoughts. Dr. John DeMartini says if you are looking carefully when it comes to the secret and the power of your mind and the power of your intention in our daily lives, it's all around us. All we to do is open our eyes and look. Lisa Nicole says You can see the law of attraction everywhere. You are drawn everything to yourself, the people, the job, the circumstance, the health and wealth, the debate, the joy, the car that you drive, the community that you are in, and you will drawn them all to you like magnet. What you think about, you bring about your whole life is a manifestation of the thought that go on in your head. This is a universe of inclusion, not exclusion. Nothing is excluded from the law of attraction. Your life is mirror of the dominant thought of your thing. All living things on this planet operate thoughts the law of attraction. The difference with human is that they have a mind that can discern. They can use their free will to choose their thought. They have the power to intentionally think the creator their entire life with their mind. Dr. Fried Aline Wolfser says, I am not talking to you from the point of view of wishful thinking or imaginary craziness. I am talking to you from a deeper basic understanding. Quantum physics really began to point to this discovery. It says that you can't have a universe without mind entering into it, and that the mind is actually shaping the very thing that is being precise. If you think about the analog of being the most powerful transmission tower in the universe, if you thought that you were insignificant and had no power in this world, think again. Your mind is actually shaping the world around you. The amazing work and discoveries of the quantum physician over the last 8 years has brought us to a great understanding of the unfathomable power of the human mind to create. Their work parallel the word of the word great mind, including Carnegie Emerson, Shakespeare, Bacon, and Buddha, etc. Bob Proctor says, if you don't understand the law, that doesn't mean you should reject it. You may not understand electricity and yet you enjoyed the benefit of it. I don't know how it works, but I do know this. You can cook a man's dinner with electricity and you can also cook the man. Michelle Brainerd Backpitzer says, of time when people begin to understand the great secret, they become frightened of all the negative thought that they have. They need to be aware that it has been scientifically proved that an affirmative thought is hundred of times more powerful than a negative thought. That eliminate a degree of worry right there. It really does take many negative thought and precedent negative thinking to bring something negative into your life. However, if you are precise in thinking negative thought over a period of time, they will appear in your life. If you worry about having negative thought, you will attract more worrying about your negative thoughts and multiply them at the same time. Decide right now that you are going to think only good thought. At the same time, proclaim to the universe that all your good thoughts are powerful and that any negative thought are weak. Lisa Nicole says, thank God that there a time delay that all of your thought does not came true instantly. We did be in trouble if they did. The element of time delay serves you. It always you to recess to think about what you want and to make a new choice. All of your power to create your life is available more now, because right now is when you are thinking. If you have had some thought that will not be beneficial, when they manifest, then right now you can change your thinking. You can erase your previous thought by replacing them with good thought. Time serves you because you can think new thought and emit a new frequency now. Dr. Joy Vitale Sir says you want to become aware of your thought and choose your thoughts carefully, and you want to have fun with his, because you are the masterpiece of your own life. You are the Michelangelo of your own life. The David you are sculpting in is you. One way to master your mind is to learn to quiet your mind without expectation. Every teacher in this book uses meditation as a daily practice. It wasn't until I discovered the secret that I realized how powerful meditation can be. Meditation quiet your mind, helps you control your thought and revitalization your body. The great news is that you don't have to sit aside hour to meditate. Just 3 to 10 minutes a day being with can be incredibly powerful for gaining control over your thought. To become aware of your thought, you can also set the intention. I am the master of my thoughts. Say it often. Meditate on it, and as you hold to that intention, by the law of attraction, you must become that. You are now receiving the knowledge that will enable you to create the most magnificent version of you. The possibility of that version of you already exists on the frequency of the most magnificent version of you. Decide what you want to do and have think the thoughts of it. Emit the frequency and your vision will become your life. The secret made simple. It is imperative and impersonal as the law of gravity is. It is precise and it is exact. Dr. Joy Vitale says everything that surrounds you right now in your life, including the things you are complaining about, you are attract. Now I know at first blush that's going to be something that you hate to hear. You are going to immediately say, I didn't attract the car accident. I didn't attract the particular client who gave me a hard time. I didn't particularly attract the debate, and I am here to be a little bit in your face and to say you did attract it. This is one of the hardest concept to get, but once you will accept it, it's life transforming. Often, when people first hear this part of the secret, they recall events in history where massive of lives were lost, and they find it incomprehensible that so many people could have attracted themselves to the event. By the law of attraction, there had to be no same frequency as the event. It doesn't necessarily mean they thought of the exact event, but the frequency of their thought match the frequency of the event. If people believe they can be in the wrong place at the wrong time and they have no control over outside circumstance, those thought of fear, separation and powerlessness, if persistent, can attract them to being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You have a choice right now. Do you want to believe that it's just the luck of drawn, and bad thing can happen to you at any time. Do you want to believe that you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time? That you have no control over circumstance? Or do you want to believe and know that your life experience is in your hand and that only all good can come into your life because that is the way you think? You have a choice, and whatever you choose to think will become your life experience. Nothing can come into your experience unless you summon in through persistent thought. Bob Doyle says most of us attract by default. We just think that we don't have any control over it. Our thoughts and feelings are not autopilot, and so everything is brought to us by default. No one would ever deliberately attract anything unwanted. Without the knowledge of the secret, it is easy to see how some unwanted thing may have occurred in your life or other people's lives. It simply came from a lack of awareness of the great creativity power of our thought. Dr. Joy Vittelsa says, now, if this is your first time to hear this, it may feel like, oh, I have to monitor my thought. This is going to be a lot of work. It will seem like that at first, but that's where the fun begins. The fun is that there are many shortcuts to the secret, and you get to choose the shortcut that work best for you. Read on and you will see how. Marcia Shimoff says it's impossible to monitor every thought. We have research tell us that we have about 60,000 thoughts a day. Can you imagine how exhausted you did feel trying to control all 60,000 of those thoughts? Fortunately, there's an easier way, and it's our feeling. Our feeling let us know what we are thinking. The importance of feeling cannot be overstated. Your feelings are your greatest tool to help you create your life. Your thoughts are the primary cause the everything else you see and express in this world is effect, and that include your feeling. The cause is always your thought. Bob Doyle says the emotions are an incredible gift that we have to let us know what we are thinking. Your feeling tell you very quickly what you are thinking. Think about when you are feeling suddenly took a dive, maybe when you heard some bad news. That feeling in your stomach, solar plexus was instant. So, your feelings are an immediate signal for you to know what you are thinking. You want to become aware of how you are feeling and get in tune with how you are feeling because it is the fastest way for you know what you are thinking. Lisa Nichols says you have two seats of feeling, good feeling and bad feelings, and you know the difference between the two because one makes you feel good and the other makes you feel bad. It's the depression, it's the anger, it's the resentment, it's guilt, it's those feelings that don't make you feel empowered. Those are the bad feelings. No one can tell you whether you are feeling good or bad because you are the only one who knows how you are feeling at any time. If you are not sure how you are feeling, just ask yourself how I am feeling. You can stop and ask this question often during the day. And as you do, you will become more aware of how you are feeling. The most important thing for you to know is that it is impossible to feel bad and at the same time be having good thought. That would defy the law because your thought cause your feeling. If you are feeling bad, it is because you are thinking thoughts that are making you feel bad. Your thought determine your frequency and your feeling tell you immediately what frequency you are on. When you are feeling bad, you are on the frequency of drawing more bad things. The law of attraction must respond by broadcasting back to you more picture of bad things and things that will make you feel bad. As you feel bad and don't make any effort to change your thoughts and feel better, you are in effect saying, bring me more circumstance that will make me feel bad. Bring it on. Lisa Nichols said, the flip side to that is that you have good emotions and good feelings. You know when they come because they make you feel good. Excitement, joy, gratitude, love. Imagine if we could feel that want every day. What you celebrate and good feelings, you will draw to more good feelings and think that make you feel good. Bob Doyle says it's really so simple. What am I attracting right now? We will how do you feel? I feel good, will good, keep doing that. It is impossible to feel good and at the same time be having negative thought. If you are feeling good, it is because you are thinking good thought. See you can have whatever you want in your life, no limits. But there's one catch, you have to feel good and when you think about it, isn't that all you ever want? The law is indeed perfect. Jack and Fields says our feelings are a feedback mechanism to us about whether we're on track or not, whether we are on course or off course. Remember that your thoughts are the primary cause of everything. So when you think a sustained thought, it is immediately sent out into the universe. That the thought magnetically attacks itself to the like frequency and then within seconds send the reading of that frequency back to you thought our feeling. Put another way, your feeling are communication back to you from the universe, telling you what frequency you are currently on. Your feeling are your frequency feedback mechanism. When you are feeling good feelings, it is communication back from the universe saying you are thinking good thought. Likewise, when you are feeling bad, you are receiving communication back from the universe saying you are thinking bad thoughts. So, when you are feeling bad, it is communication from the universe and effect it is saying. Warning, change thinking now. Negative frequency recording, change frequency counting down to manifestation warning. The next time you are feeling bad or feeling any negative emotion, listen to the signal you are receiving from the universe. In that moment, you are blocking your own good from coming to you because you are on negative frequency. Change your thought and think about something good. And when the good feeling start to come, you will know it was because you shift yourself onto a new frequency. And the universe has confirmed it with better feeling. Bob Doyle says you are getting exactly what you are feeling about, not so much what you are thinking about. That's why people tend to spiral if they stop their toy getting out of bed. Their whole day goes like that. They have no clue that a simple shifting of their emotions can change their entire day and life. If you start out having a good day and you are in there particular happy feeling. As long as you don't allow something to change your mood, you are going to continue to attract by the law of attraction more situations and people that turn that happy feeling. We all have experienced those days or time when one thing after another goes wrong. The chain reaction began with one thought, whether you were aware of it or not. The one bad thought attract more bad thought. The frequency locked in the eventually something went wrong. Then as you react to that one thing going wrong, you attract more things going wrong. Reaction just attract more of the same. And the chain reaction must keep occurring until you move yourself of the frequency by intentionally changing your thoughts. You can shift your thoughts to what you want receive confirmation through your feeling that you change your frequency. And the law of attraction will grab hold of that new frequency and send it back to you as the new picture of your life. Now here is where you are harness your feeling and use them to turbocharge what you want in your life. You can purposefully use your feeling to transmit an even more powerful frequency by addicting feeling to what you are wanting. Michelle Brainard Backwitzer says, you can begin right now to feel healthy, you can begin to feel prosperous, you can begin to feel the love that's surrounding you even if is not there, and what will happen is the universe will correspond to the nature of your song. The universe will correspond to the nature of the inner feeling and manifest because that's the way you feel. So, what are you feeling now? Take a few moments to think about how you feel. If you are not feeling as good as you would like to, focus on feeling you are feeling inside and purposefully lift them. As you focus intensely on your feeling with the intention to lie yourself, you can powerfully evaluate them. One way is to close your eyes, shutting out distraction, focus on your feeling inside and smile for a minute. Lisa Nichols says, your thoughts and your feeling create your life. It will always be that way, granted. Just like the way of gravity, the law of attraction never sleep up. You don't see peaks flying because the law of gravity made a mistake and forgot to apply gravity to peaks that day. Likewise, there are no exclusion to the law of attraction. If something came to you, you draw it with prolonged thought. The law of attraction is priceless. Michelle Brainard Backwitzer says, it's hard to swallow, but when we can begin to open ourselves up to that, the ramifications are someone. It means that whatever thought has done in your life, it can be undone through a shift in your awareness. You have the power to change anything because you are the one who choose your thought and you are the one who feels your feeling. You create your own universe as you go along. Dr. Joey Vitelsa says it's really important that you feel good because things feeling good is what goes out as a signal into universe and start to attract more of itself to you. So the more you can feel good, the more you will attract the thing that help you feel good and are able to keep bringing you up higher and higher. Bob Proctor says, when you are feeling down, did you know that you can change it in an instant? Put on a beautiful pieces of music or start singing that will change your emotion or thinking of something beautiful. Think of a baby or somebody that you truly love and dwell on it. Really keep that thought in your mind, block everything out but that thought. I grant it, you will start to feel good. Make a list of some create Make a list of some secret shifter to have up your sleeve. By secret shifter, I mean thing that can change your feeling in a snap. It might be beautiful memories, future event, funny moment, nature, a person you love, your favorite music. Then if you then then if you find yourself angry or frustrated or not feeling good, turn to your secret shifter list and focus on of them. Different thing will shift you different time. So if one doesn't work, go to another. It only take a minute or two of changing focus to shift yourself and shift your frequency.